What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Point C. Today we're going to spend some time discussing our thoughts and feelings on episode 5 and 6 of the Halo TV show. We missed last week, just took some time to relax. We've been grinding quite a bit, so we missed last week, so we're covering both episodes this week. And let me say, right off the bat, I'm going to make this clear. Episode 5 is okay. Episode 6 is peak. I will let you speak before I go on my tangent about what I don't like about episode 5.
I think episode 5 is like a 3.5 out of 5. Like, it's still a good episode, but it's kind of just like a chill episode where nothing really happens. I mean, something big happens in the episode. It's just, a lot of small stuff around it is also happening. So it's kind of like a filler, but not really. It's like the only way that you could call it not a filler is if you talk about what happened in it.
Exactly.
That one thing. And I think you know what I'm talking about when I mean that one thing.
Yep. I think I do. Yes, I do. And I'm going to agree with you. I think it's a 5 out of 10 episode. And I understand what this episode was trying to do. Before we get into spoilers with it. I get it. But here's my issue. I don't care with some of these things. And it keep in mind, this is the longest episode we've had so far. That episode was over an hour long. It's literally the longest episode that we've had.
Oh, yeah, it was, huh? Yeah, that's not good.
It's not good. And here's the issue. TV shows have been doing this for the last couple years, and I know why it is. It's because of streaming services like Netflix that drop their whole season at once. They can get away with that. They can absolutely get away with having a filler episode or two because you're not waiting a whole week for an episode. And they're also doing and Netflix also popularized this thing, well, and HBO did it, where they're like, yeah, we're gonna give you 10 episodes of a season because we want this to be concise, we want it to be tight, we don't want to make a 24 episode season. That's great. Except every single show is trying to be this artisan The Crown. Everything's trying to be The Crown, everything is trying to be The Wire, everything is trying to be Oz. The Bear. There we go. Everything is trying to be The Bear, right? Like, you have all these shows that want to be these, like, yeah, we're these art pieces, and then you have Halo. And I love Halo. It's a good show so far. But it is not comparable to shows like The Wire that are these shows that can get away with an 8-episode season, right? It bugs me when they want to be that way, and then they have these filler episodes. There was a big thing that happened in this episode that made episode 6 fucking crazy and insane.
Okay, let me just clarify now. Spoilers for episode 5.
Yes.
So, like, if you want to skip ahead, like, maybe 30 seconds, just to be clear, what's the big thing that you're talking about?
I was thinking the big thing that you were talking about was at the end what we found out what was going on back at the UIC or UNIC.
Well, that is one big thing,
Yeah.
but the other big thing was I was talking about Riz retiring.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that
which is like a huge thing for the whole show. If they continue the show, I mean, that's a big thing.
Which was a small thing. I absolutely respect Riz for retiring. What I didn't like is when Chief's like, no, you can't retire. That is so, I feel like that was so out of character for Chief.
I can see where he's coming from, though. Because basically they just killed our brother.
Yeah.
And it's the Covenant and Oni's fault. And you don't want to do anything about it.
Yeah.
You just want to sit here and do nothing and just say, oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see where he's coming from with that.
It was just hard for me to be like, that just doesn't seem like the Chief that I know, I guess.
Well, in the games now, obviously, like,
Yeah.
after he's lost so much and stuff, I can see him saying that in the games, like current Chief and Infinite and stuff. Like, Chief back in, like, during the Fall of Reach, like, I haven't read the book, but I've seen the movie that they did. It's very in character for, like, an early Chief to say something like that, I think.
That's fair, and you know more about, like, the extended universe. Like, I've only played the mainline games. Like, I haven't, like, delved into the comics and shit. So, like, if you think that that's him in character, like, that fits him, then I completely respect that, and, that's just my perspective on it. But it was also crazy to see that Cortana doesn't want to help out the Covenant, and like when she's like, show me John's memories, and she's like, those aren't yours. that was great. So what did you think about Quinn's side story in this episode. And we also have another side story that we haven't even covered. The old lady was like, yeah, you are the protector of this planet and shit. Which I would also like to point out Quinn's fascination with wanting to do a fucking funeral, and then like everybody else is like, no, we don't do that, and then she just gave up. Everybody's like, no, we burned the body. It's like it was kind of like, honestly, look, man, I've been nice about episode 5. The subplots are dumb.
Soren and Lyra's. I mean, the thing is, I'm fine with it. I think it's a better subplot than Kwan's, definitely, because Soren is a good character.
Absolutely.
Just the thing is, it just does not take priority over what's going on with John and Cortana and McKee and stuff. What made it like really more interesting about it for me, in like the episode 6, I believe, or was it at the end of 5, when they find out that the UNSC took him?
It was at the very end of 5 that happened. But here's the issue. We spend quite a bit of episode 5 with Soren, right? And then episode 6, you don't see Soren until like the last 5 minutes of that episode. And then he's there for like 45 seconds and we're back to John. I forgot that subplot was even happening until Soren came back. I was like, oh wait, yeah, that is happening. Because do you really care? Like, here's the thing. Yeah, it's an interesting subplot, but is that what you want to see, or do you want to see what John's doing right now?
I want to see what Master Chief's doing. I want to see him kick Oni's ass, bro. I want to see that. What's happening to Soren's son Kessler? I don't want to say that they are, but are they like gonna make him into a Spartan or something? Is that what they're gonna try and do?
That's honestly what I think they're gonna do.
Because Halsey's not the leader of the project anymore, so maybe Ackerson is just even that more fucked up in the head.
What I think is going to happen is that it's going to build up where somehow John and Soren come back together, and then they're going to have like Ackerson at the end of the hallway or some shit. They're like, I have somebody you want to see, Soren, or whatever, and then like his son's going to come out even more mangled than Soren is.
I mean, I could see him doing that to be like, hey, Halsey, look what I did. Yep. I'm like worse than you. Like, I could see him doing that. Absolutely. Because he's just that much of a weirdo.
Let's talk about what happened in 6. So the episode starts out where we see John just fucking spying. Like, absolute, dude. Like, as soon as I seen that, dude, I knew this episode was going to be an absolute banger. The amount of shit that happened in this episode it was great. Everything that happened with John and Cortana, everything that happened with John and what's her name? I'm sorry, I can't think of her name. The other Spartan.
Kai.
Yep, with Kai. That, oh my god. I don't want to spoil it yet because we're just, like, overall, this is another one of those episodes, like episode 4, where it's worth the payoff, honestly.
Where it's just nonstop stuff happening.
In the simulation stuff, dude, that is such an interesting concept. Because, well, yeah, it's like you mentioned, I don't remember if we talked about this in the video or you might just said it on Twitter, but they're like opposites of each other, and it's great. Like, oh man, it's in like that moment, like where Perez was like, we look up to the chief and they're like, so you mean you want to die? And then the moment where John beat the shit, he actually killed him, where he killed those fucking guards, my god.
Well, he injured them.
No, he straight up killed them. He at least killed one of them for sure. Somebody can correct us in the comments if he actually killed them. But like, first of all, that scene was pretty crazy. Or like the dude that he almost killed, where he's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
We got Cortana being the badass AI.
Yeah.
And then we got Arbiter turning on the elites.
That was insane. Oh no, John's gonna be fucked. He can't talk to Cortana because I thought he was gonna destroy the AI. But no, this motherfucker goes, you know what? Fuck you all, and then just goes to kill all the elites, dude. That was
because we get this little scene. We get this little scene where he looks like he's fed up because like I guess he was punishing himself or something. Yeah. Like he was burning his chest, right? And then after all that happens with McKee, like not being able to like. I guess like see Halo or something without John or whatever. Yeah. And they're like telling him that it's his fault, and he's like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm gonna kill you.
him and Keys get into an absolute, or Keys, him and Kai get into a crazy.
I was about to say, I'm like,
Yeah,
Keys
no.
is dead, bro.
Yeah, no. Him and Kai get into a crazy fucking fight in the, I guess, server room or wherever they were. But wow, just like the way that like he's like, don't fight with me, like I don't want to do this, and he's like, don't worry, I won't fight, and he just like convinces her for the next 5 minutes while she's beating the piss out of him that what she's doing.
Yeah, just because she wanted to follow orders and not give herself away, because she believed him. She wanted to.
Oh yeah.
She wanted to like just join him there, but she couldn't because she didn't want Ackerson to see that. But then afterwards, I just like the fact that he's like he doesn't even put any restraints on her or anything. He's just like, you know what? Shit, she's gone. Remember when she's like when she leaves?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And he's like, you're too late. And then she gets up, and then he's like, okay, well, fuck.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, dude, that was that whole thing. Well, because I think that Kai is probably the one that he likes the most at this point. Because Kai, I think that he still thinks that he has power over Kai. I mean, obviously he's not going to, but I think that's his idea. But that whole thing with the simulation, where she was like, so I know better than anybody that the hardest part about a mission is getting off of the Covenant ship. And then he's like, I mean, well, that's not our goal.
Yeah, he just wants confident soldiers that are not willing to die, really. Yep. They want to have like what we want is assurance. Yep. Well, I mean, you're never gonna really have that, but you want like real confidence. But he's just giving them the amount of confidence that they need to go there and die. Yeah. Without getting blood on his hands.
Yep, exactly. And I think about that because of that like when they complete it and like everybody's like, yeah, cheer. If you notice, they only show the people that died. Like not died, but the people that failed the simulation. It's like, bro, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. Dude, that's crazy.
And then Perez is like, where's the enemy? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Perez
because she knows that it's not like that because she was on Reach.
She's like, wait, she's like, it's too quiet or whatever, like, I'm not going to stay around to find out. It's like, dude, that was crazy. Man, that episode is just, it's all around a great episode. And then the cliffhanger ending where both Chief and the fucking, I don't remember her name from season 1, where they're both where they're both about to touch the artifact at the same time. I can't wait to see what happens next week. Oh my God.
Yeah, and then, I mean, the finale's going to be good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I will say one thing. Honestly, I'm going to be that guy for a minute. Mm-hmm. If we don't see Chief in his armor by the end of the season again, I think we will. But if we don't, that's weird.
So I completely agree with you. Because here's the thing. I talked about it. I remember talking about it weeks ago where I was like, yeah, it's excusable for this episode. And I guess for this episode, it was excusable because he didn't really get in a gunfight. I didn't care.
Because, I mean, in the little pictures, you can see his face is all battered up.
All fucked up, yeah.
And I figured it was going to be in this episode. But no, it wasn't. It's probably going to be next week.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If he gets it next episode, I won't complain. But if he doesn't get until, like, the finale... I don't know.
I don't know how much longer I can defend that.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Like it's not like season 1 where they were just like, all right, it's too fucking hot. I'm gonna take my armor off. You know what I mean? Like it's not like that. Like they gave some actual plot for why he didn't have the armor in the first place, and so I'm chilling with it. I'm chilling with it for now. But if it continues to the point where he just doesn't get his armor, I'm gonna be a little like, why? At that point, it's like you are not just respecting the property. Where it's like, you know what? We're gonna make Chief just an action hero that doesn't need his armor. It's like, well, that's not the fucking point.
Yeah, I mean that's cool too. Mm-hmm. But explain why. Don't just have him around. I mean, he can't get to it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But don't just have him like imagine it. It'd be really stupid. If they have him be like, I don't need it anymore.
I was thinking
I don't need this.
What's so funny?
I don't need this to fight you. Because I'm doing fine already.
You know what's so funny is I thought that today while I was watching the episode. He mentioned something about that kind of. Where they were talking about where's the line between being Kai and a Spartan. I was like, oh no. I was like, please don't just fucking not wear your armor for the rest of the show, man. That's gonna be dumb. But I don't think that's what they're doing. So,
I mean, if they made it convincing enough, I feel like I would be fine with it.
yeah.
But at the same time, it's a sci-fi show. Come on, you gotta be wearing that.
My thought is that if they decide that they're like that they have this big moment like where him and Soren are standing in front of the armor. I can already picture it. They're like, Chief, it's time to suit up. And Chief's like, no, we don't need it. That I
imagine
will,
if he just goes, no.
if he gives
Put your clothes on. No.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, listen, if that happens, I will go on Twitter and I will take back whatever I've said about the armor thing because that's dumb. That's dumb. But yeah, if you could find a convincing, at least in my mind, I can't really think of a convincing way of being like, yeah, we can't wear it unless they're like Akron for somehow just destroys it all, which that would also be dumb because it's like now you're really forcing it. But like,
yeah, like he hits a button and they all disintegrate.
yeah, that would be dumb.
in that one scene.
Can you imagine
that I'm talking about? Hits a button and then Chief's like, no.
Can you imagine that's what happens? Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Either way, man, I liked this episode. I really enjoyed it. Last week was a little disappointing in my mind. The show is still really solid. It's that, and to be honest, my issue is just with filler episodes. I really don't like modern filler episodes, especially in a sense of like an HBO show or a Paramount show where we're getting an episode every week. A Netflix show I can forgive a little bit where they're like, yeah, we released the whole season at once. But like, that's been my issue with a lot of the Disney shows, like the Marvel shows and shit. It's been a big issue, where it's like, where they want to make it these 8-episode long series where they're like, yeah, we're making this big art piece. It's a fucking Captain Marvel show, bro. Or not Captain. It's a fucking Winter Soldier show, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you have anything
Or Moon
else?
Knight.
Yeah. Fucking She-Hulk.
I want to see his reaction when he sees Vanek's armor next week. Imagine. Okay, no, this would also be kind of stupid. Imagine he wears Vanek's armor.
Oh man, I don't.
Instead.
I hope he doesn't do that. Just give me the Spartan 2 armor and I'm fine, bro. Thank you all so much for watching this week's thoughts and feelings on the Halo TV show. Next week we will be back sitting here playing some Halo Infinite, chatting with you guys about our thoughts on the newest Halo TV show episode. Anyways, boys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope you're doing well, and peace.